What happens when a college student studying cybersecurity gets a hold of an AI music tool? AI-powered education is next. We are here with our 25th episode, and Kasey and I have a our first guest and a very special guest, and this is Maia. And Maia is a college student that is studying cybersecurity. And so we feel like she's got some really interesting things that she could talk about, but we're going to start out with something a little bit more fun, and that is that she got a hold of a music AI tool. And she has made quite a few songs. And I have to let you know, she's also an artist. So whatever she puts together in lyrics, it's so visual. And when you put it together with the AI, it's just really, really fun. So Maia, welcome. And would you tell us a little bit about the tool and if you're having fun with it or if it's frustrating, or just tell us a little bit about your story with the tool.
So I'm currently using the AI, it's called Suno AI, and it is a music generator where it's text-based, and it transforms your text prompt into an instrumental, or you can even have it create vocals for your music. It's a whole lot of fun because you can use it to create background music. For, let's say you have a YouTube channel and you want copyright-free music, you can use it to test ideas for maybe you're writing lyrics for a song and you want to see how they might sound. So it's a great tool. It's only been around for a couple months now. I want to say like 6 months, and it's continuously been getting better, and the updates have been getting stronger, and it's just been evolving in such a short period of time.
Great. And what would you say, like using it with students in the classroom? How could you see it being used?
I can see it being used in perhaps like some music classes. It would be really interesting. Or let's say I've taken in college some, lyric writing courses or poetry. So you could have it, you could use your lyrics that you made in class and put it into the generator and see how that might sound. Or, it doesn't have to necessarily be a song. There are options because, you're working with the AI. So if you would like it to do just like speech for you, you could have kind of like a spoken word for, like, let's say you're doing poetry. And let's say you are in a creative course where you're making videos or, what have you, and you need music for your background, and you don't want to have to go online to get that, you could generate some sounds that would be perfect for, whatever topic you're talking about.
Hey, Maia, thank you so much for showing us this. I have a quick question for you about how I think in an English classroom, I know or actually in even math class, a lot of times I come across teachers who want their students as a review for the content of the class. And even actually a geography teacher that I teach right next to does a unit where they're learning about a new country and they create a song and they write the lyrics for it and they have to record it somewhere. I think that this tool could work really well for that because it sounds to me like you don't have to have like music background necessarily to do this, right? Like if I'm a teacher, like an English teacher or a geography teacher or a math teacher who wants their students to have a creative, fun project for review, could they easily adapt to this? Or is this more like, hey, you got to know a little something about music?
No, totally. I think it's very beginner friendly. For example, let's say you had a student who didn't know much about music, and the AI works really well with keywords and technical phrases. So you can go into, let's say, ChatGPT, and they want to know how to make music in the style of their favorite artist. Well, they could ask ChatGPT, hey, can you give me like a description of this music artist So let's say I was going to explain it to pseudo AI, and this is personally what I like to do because I'm, not the most musically, knowledgeable. So I will ask ChatGPT. I'll say, hey, what kind of style is this musician that I like? And can you help me create a prompt to give to Suno AI to explain better so it can generate what I'm looking for? And it can create it, and I copy and I paste it and I put in the Suno AI, and it can just it can create it so much better than me just trying to describe it. So I think it's very user friendly, very beginner friendly. Let's say your students wanted to make a song with a deeper male voice or a higher female pitched voice, they could just ask the AI to do that and just kind of play
Wow.
That's great. Well, Maia, I know that you've had fun playing, and I wish we could share some of your music out there, but I really appreciate what you had to say about the tool. We also, in our show, not only talk about tools, but we also talk about the pedagogy behind AI and some of the concerns and so forth that are for the future and that are good, but things that are also concerning. So I know as a student, you use AI, but as a cybersecurity soon-to-be worker, do you have some suggestions for teachers that are good things for us for AI and things to watch out for?
Yeah, I guess I could say there's some hesitancy right now with AI. There's a lot of just controversy, I would say, and maybe reluctancy to use these tools because, who knows if I guess some people fear that they might not always be available to us in their current form. But I think using these tools to educate ourselves and to also make our lives easier is really what they're best for, because it's the calculator, we were always taught for a long time that we weren't going to be able to do math in our pocket. Now, we can just pull out a calculator on our phone. Well, the same is with the AI, and they're just helping us code. They're helping us create and get around problems that might have taken a month or more to solve, and now you can solve it more streamlined and directly. So I would just really be encouraging teachers to just maybe be more open-minded to AI and try not to be as reluctant to use it, because it is a very valuable and amazing tool, and I can see it just changing a lot of things in the future.
That sounds
awesome.
Great.
I love that response, because of course Sandra and I are doing this show, and it's not as though we told Maia to come on here and say exactly that, but it's definitely us trying to find people who see the advancements in AI and recognizing the value that it can bring to education. So I really, really appreciate that you said that. But we also are realistic, and we know that there are students and family members who would support probably this idea that AI can replace us as teachers, but also can replace the students' thinking, processing, writing. How do you feel about the process that teachers can take to basically bypass all of that concern? You are a self-taught learner in the world of AI, right? Or have you had a class that's maybe prepared you that other teachers could maybe get some ideas from?
I am self-taught, unfortunately. There's not, it's so fresh and new. When it first came out, it was honestly really shocking because it wasn't in the news yet. It was just kind of existing. And I had heard that some people were using it to code. So I thought, let's try it out. And I was honestly shocked and amazed by how well it could code. I was completely blown away. So I think this tool is so fresh and so new to our society, and we're going to have to work to figure out how to figure out these kinks. And like you said, how you brought up that some students or, you know, maybe using it a little bit, relying on it a little bit too heavily and not necessarily as a tool for learning. That is definitely an issue that might happen. And I think we have to work on figuring out how to get around that and encouraging students to instead see it as like a crutch or a way that they don't have to, like, you know, now they don't have to learn or engage themselves, but instead use it as a way to teach themselves more thoroughly, because resources in the past online weren't, I felt like personally for me when I was in high school, which was, you know, a little while back, it was harder to learn maybe about like history lessons. But now, for example, I can ask AI more in depth about history questions, why said figure did such thing in history, or, you know, what questions I may have, and it can give that to me. And I feel like that is very resource rich for educating myself. So it's going to be some things we're going to have to work on in the future. So, yeah.
Well, thanks, Maia. We really appreciate that you shared this music tool for us, because we know our learners would love to use this tool. And then also thanks for your insights and for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.